Batching is an excellent way to make the best use of your time filming video. Batching simply means to arrange things in sets or groups. When you batch videos, you're working on multiple videos at a time. Most often when we talk about batching content, we refer to the process of batch recording. But you could also batch your script writing, post-production, and anything else in the process. So why should you batch? Well, batching's main goal is to save time. We want to repeat the same process back to back. Today, we're only setting up cameras and lighting and mics and formatting cards and checking audio and exposure one time instead of 15 different times, like we would need to if these were all recorded separately. We're also saving time because we're not going back and forth between tasks. When you go back and forth between tasks, you experience what is called the switch cost effect. In 1927, psychologist Arthur Gerstle introduced the concept of switch cost effect in his publication, Mental Set and Shift. Through his experiments in task switching, Gerstle found that the brain takes longer to respond when switching between different tasks compared to repeating the same task. This decrease in speed is known as switch cost. Later, using results from a study throughout the 2000s, psychologist David Meyer concluded that shifting between tasks can cost us up to 40% of our productive time. This means we can be highly inefficient when we are not batching tasks like video recording. Staying focused and batching tasks will increase your efficiency and save you time. Now, this isn't the only reason we have decided to batch today's videos. I'm putting together this series of videos to help our production clients use the content we create for them. For this reason, all of these videos will be in the same place online as a resource for them to use. Therefore, I want them all to look the same. While I could take down and set up the equipment the same way each time, batching these all at one time makes it a lot more efficient. Now, I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes look while we record some of the videos. A few tips while batch recording. Bring changes of clothing. Today I brought 4 different shirts to wear throughout these recordings. Get good rest and stay well hydrated. This is a lot of talking and you will get wore out over time. All right, back to it. All right, another tip today. I'm using a teleprompter to read the scripts that I've created over the past few weeks, and we will mix these with screen recordings we will complete after these videos are recorded. There is no way I would attempt to record this many videos without full scripts. And though we are batching the recordings and edits, the process of research and creating these scripts took quite a bit of time. Well, that's a wrap on recording those. So, should you batch content? My answer would be maybe and sometimes. So let's start with the maybe. If you don't do well with a teleprompter or script, and you're more likely to record off the cuff or using an outline or bullet points, batching is exponentially harder. Outline videos just take longer to record and edit, but typically have a much shorter prep time on the front end. When I record an outline or bullet point video, I may say some statements 4 to 5 times because I mess up or try different wording. Not only does this take longer to record, but will also take longer to edit. Batching more than a couple videos in this way can be mentally and physically exhausting. On the other hand, if you've prepared scripts, you will have much fewer retakes and typically less mess ups to redo. And with less footage recorded, editing will be much quicker. So are you someone that likes a script or do you prefer an outline? Secondly, sometimes, even if you do use a script, in-depth videos can take a lot of energy and a lot of time to record, sometimes a few hours each. Doing these types of videos back to back to back can be challenging. Also, if you're recording videos about very different topics or very different styles, sometimes it's hard to make that mental shift. Now, for today's example, these videos are not very deep in thought and they were all on the same topic. So this is my ideal situation to batch. So how can you apply batching to your video production process? The biggest thing to do is to plan and make a system that works for you. Now I use ClickUp for all my project management, so I manage every step through my system. Without a solid plan and system to repeat, batching could end up costing you time as you try to fix mistakes you made earlier. Start batching at the very beginning of your process when coming up with video ideas. What I do is create a new list and I start brain dumping everything I'm thinking. The important part is just getting it out of your head at this point. Don't try to refine any of your ideas yet. Once I have the list together, sometimes for me there are 4 or 5 videos, sometimes there are 30. I do a little keyword or relevant search to confirm that my idea is a good one. From here, I will narrow down my list. I'm also typically researching good title options at this point. Once I have my list narrowed down, I will start research and scripting. I track these steps in ClickUp using custom statuses. I like to combine research and scripting as a single step versus researching all the topics and then trying to come back and script all at once. So once I have all my scripting done, I like to proofread all of my scripts aloud. What I find is sometimes I write words down, but when I say them out loud, it just doesn't sound right. If I catch these errors now, it will speed up the recording and editing processes later on. Next up is the filming process, which I've shown you all about today. After filming, it is time for editing. I use a couple different editors, so it's very important that I pass along everything in an organized and detailed way. ClickUp is perfect for this. I can attach all of my scripts straight from Google Docs. You can even edit Google Docs inside ClickUp. I leave the Google Drive link for all the footage in the tasks as well. At this point, I will add any additional edit instructions like intros, outros, lower thirds, music suggestions, graphics, specific B-roll or cuts, and so on, directly on the script. Once all is set, I move the status and assign the task to my editor. Once the edit is complete, the editor will update the status and assign a task for me to review. So what do you think? Is batching video a good idea for your production process?